At this point, we have a fully playable game. Or, well, do we? When you start the game and switch to landscape mode, the game resets. The score goes back to 0 and the timer stops counting down. Needless to say, that's not an ideal user experience. We need to fix this. The most basic debugging technique that is used by most debuggers is to log information from the app as the code executes. These logging statements are usually either written to a log file or displayed in some form of console provided by the actual development environment. Kotlin and Android Studio are no exceptions when it comes to logging, since they support this functionality fully. Log statements can help you identify the order of execution of your code and also help you examine the values of certain values during code execution. This way you can be certain that your code is executed in the order that you thought it would be, and that the values perhaps from a calculation are what you intended them to be. While we have no idea yet as to why the game resets when the device is rotated, we can add some logging to the app to see what is happening. Let's try that out.
To get started, open your project and select the main activity.kt file. Now add a new log statement. Add the following line to onCreate right after the set content view line. You'll notice that when using the log object, it is automatically imported. There's still an issue since tag is undefined. Add the following property to the class. This sets the tag variable to contain the name of your class. The log statement displays the tag value as well as your message in the Android Studio panel known as logcat. So, having the class name as the tag value allows you to identify which class a log message came from easily. When you have lots of classes, this can be very useful. The log message is a fairly simple one. It simply logs when onCreate is executed and logs the current score value. The $sign in the message is where the score value comes from. This is actually an example of string interpolation in Kotlin. In Kotlin, you can insert a value from a variable directly into a string by preceding the name of the variable with the $sign in the string. So in this case, the value of the score variable is inserted into the log message where you see the $sign score token. Now run the app again. Once it's loaded, go to Android Studio, and along the bottom of the window, you will see a button labeled Logcat. Click it, and the bottom of Android Studio will display a log window with lots of messages. Logcat displays all the logging messages from your app, and even messages from outside the app, so it can be very busy. But it also provides tools to help you focus on specific items that you're interested in. If you have the event log showing in a split view, you can turn it off by tapping the button along the bottom of the window that says Event Log. The drop-downs allow you to switch between different emulators and/or devices and processes to see logs from a specific source. You can also type the word main into the search box to show only the messages coming from main activity. The search bar will filter message out to show only the messages with the text matching that you typed in. It is not specific to the class name. You will see the log message for the view being created. The score is 0 at that point since the game has not started yet. Start the game by now tapping Hit Me and tap the button a few times to increment the score. Then rotate the device to a landscape orientation. Notice that there are new log messages with a score of 0. Not only is the view being recreated, but it is initializing the score back to 0. So now we know that onCreate gets called when we rotate the device, but we have no idea why. Plus, we don't know why calling onCreate resets our score. You'll learn all about this in the next video.